This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so you're from Equitech, and if you give us a brief outline, Atzin, you're the project manager, is that right? Products manager?
Yeah, I'm the product manager, and it's Equiwatt, actually.
Equiwatt?
Yeah,
oh, right, okay. I don't know where I got Equitech from. Yeah. Okay, yeah, Equiwatt. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna give a brief about myself and like what I do for the company in a second. I'm just gonna share my screen. Right, so I believe you can see it now in a presentation.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So if you spend about 5 or 6 minutes, if that's okay, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for the time and for the space for to present in this meeting. Yes, Mark briefed you a bit about Equiwatt and what we are aiming to do, what's the support that we're requiring. So my name is Atzin Madrid, and I am the product manager for Equiwatt, which means that I manage everything. So we have sort of two sides from the business. So one of them is the consumer side, which is we have an app and a platform, which I'm gonna definitely show you and talk more about, by which we make energy saving easy and very simple and rewarding for households to save energy at peak times and therefore reduce their carbon footprint. And on the other side, we have the energy market and the companies who are interested in these sections. And essentially, I don't know how familiar everyone here is with residential demand side response and aggregated flexibility in the shape of a virtual power plant. But I'm gonna talk about this a bit more. So yeah, just in case someone's not that familiar with the term of residential demand side response, it's altering the demand according to the grid needs, if the grid's a bit of under stress, and it's cheaper to pay households to not use electricity at certain peak times. And this is exactly what we are doing at Equiwatt. Equiwatt's a community-powered virtual power plant by which we automate we can automate the households appliances energy consumption, and then we aggregate it so we can offer it to the energy market so that they can for different reasons balancing the demand and the supply, reduce peak time hour consumption, so like they don't have to pay incredibly expensive prices, and then we return that to users in the shape of rewards. So this is how our platform looks like, and some slides of the app. So our app is very gamified. So we had made it, like energy saving, or we're making energy saving, as simple and easy and rewarding, and to a certain extent fun, for users to engage in these energy saving events. So users download and sign up to the Equiwatt app, and users can connect home appliances, make them internet enabled. At the moment, we do it through a smart plug. So any user that has a smart plug that can connect to a fridge, freezer, or a heater. And then we also support some models of electric vehicles. So then we manage them, and then we switch off the appliances or pause the charging of electric vehicles in times where like there's the electricity is very carbon intensity, or it's very expensive, or there's a particular signal from the market. And then we give points for every participation in Equi events, which these points are redeemable for our gifts in our gift store, which there are a wide range of different rewards depending on the type of user. So we have from gadgets and smart plugs for to kind of like from our own store to vouchers to donate to plant trees or to donate to an organization, or vouchers to like the body shop kind of things. And yeah, basically like the uniqueness of the Equiwatt app is that it's an app where you can not only smart charge your electric vehicle, but you can also use energy wisely, and avoid, like using it when, when it's more stressful to the grid. Now we're trying to incorporate more renewable energy to the grid. And you can see that all of in from one app. So you can basically manage your whole household energy. And we also soon in a new release, we'll have the smart meter integration, by which users can also engage in saving energy manually, switching off appliances manually at the time when we send the notification that there's an event happening. And then yeah, that just kind of like makes a greater impact. We at the moment have, well, this is a bit of like to give you a bit of context of Equiwatt. We're a small team, but very passionate and very on it. So this is a bit of the traction and the support of different tech and climate organizations that we've had. Support from the Climate Kick, from Edinburgh's Carbon Innovation Center, from the Energy Systems Catapult. And yeah, this is our traction so far. So we have now, actually there's a zero missing there, but we have over 2,000 users registered to our app. We have more than 600 devices connected, and more than 200 active users in our platform. And we are now trying to scale our proposition and try to reach as many EVs as possible, so they can try this smart charging proposition. And this is, the most recent sort of product or side of things from the Equiwatt app.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I was on time.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I know maybe we sprung that a little bit on those who are here. Do you want to just stop sharing your screen a second, and we'll see if there's any questions? But as I understand it, the idea is that you get people to use electricity when it's the cheapest or the most economical and green, and that's the app helps with that, and it's a free app. Is that right?
Exactly. It's a completely free app in which, users can engage either manually or automated. At the moment, we don't give points for manual engagement because, we need a smart meter to be able to validate those savings. But at the moment, the thing that's fully developed is users connecting home appliances through a smart plug or their electric vehicles. And then the app sort of manages automatically, in the background, when there is going to be a time when, the carbon intensity is really high, or, we base these equi-events in different signals. Then we just kind of switch it off for an hour. Our equi-events currently last only 1 hour. And yeah, we intend that this doesn't, disrupt daily life or anything. But it gives the user the opportunity to engage as far as they want, because we have users who actually just switch their TV, switch their washing machines, everything. And we just have users that, just like it happening in the background, and not, obviously not gonna switch their kettle off if they want to use it. And then yeah, the nice thing about this is a whole rounded proposition, because, we have users that have their fridges and freezers connected, switching off a few hours a month, and then they can redeem to plant a few trees. So it's kind of like a very rounded proposition.
We got any questions from the group? Just
we had an email, didn't we, about this a couple of weeks ago? I got a whole load of information which I passed on to my neighbour, who's an EV user.
So yeah, I guess that's quite a interesting point. So what are you mainly interested in, people with electric vehicles, or do people without electric vehicles, can they still have a link to what you're doing? Or
yeah, absolutely. So the main thing right now is that we're trying to scale our EV proposition and try to reach as many EV owners as possible. Because obviously, as we know, charging your EV is, the most, power consuming. Obviously, that can't be compared to any other electricity consuming thing in the household. However, we don't want to restrict it, if users are interested in like reducing carbon footprint and reducing energy bills, they can do so by other means. But the EV app is definitely something that we're interested in reaching out to more people.
So I guess the next question, because I know both Eleanor and Paul. Paul's just coming in, but I did record the talk for Paul, but unfortunately he's come was interested in you coming to talk about it. But in terms of what would you like RHILC in terms of any link? I mean, obviously we can kind of we can put what you do or like present what you do into our mailing list. But is there anything you particularly want to say to ask from us as a low carbon group?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically I from my understanding with the conversation with Mark is that we, again, like, well, you as a community group, as an energy community group, I'm gonna actually include the link here just in case someone wants to see it. Yeah, so there's a number of different ways in which we can look for collaboration. So one of them would be like if you are interested in helping us promoting this for the users within the group that have an EV, then that would be brilliant. But also we have had the very interesting sort of like schemes and talks about if there's enough users that have an electric vehicle and that wish to lend that flexibility and then be rewarded or pay for it. And then we're talking about like like say that in the community group there's 10 people with an EV, then we could be looking at something more like not individual rewards and points, but more like as a group, as a whole, we could potentially pass down the payments or the rewards in order like for the community to decide what to do with those earnings. And that could be an interesting thing to explore.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you for coming to share that. I'll just stop the recording